Episode 7, Dragonheart. January 22nd, 2025. Alfheim, Salamander Territory. Katsumi, Mariko, Saki, and Akio stand outside of the cave to Ryu. The teleport gate shines before them.
Remember, stay back while I talk to Ryu.
Are you sure about this, Katsumi? What if he loses control and hurts you?
It'll hurt more to do nothing. I won't let him suffer any longer.
Releasing a short breath, Katsumi strides into the teleport gate. An instant later, Katsumi finds herself in the torchlight cave once again. A moment later, her friends appear behind her. Across the cave from them, Ryu stands tall but doesn't advance. Cautiously, Katsumi moves toward him.
Ryu, we're all here. We're here to help you.
As Katsumi steps closer to Ryu, he unleashes a resounding roar as his eyes continue to flicker with light. Katsumi shuts her eyes as the booming roar bombards her. Carefully, she starts inching towards Ryu once again.
I know you're scared, Ryu. Scared that you might hurt us. But I trust you. I know you won't harm us.
Ryu backs up to the wall as Katsumi approaches him.
Please, let us help you, Ryu.
Stretching out her hand, Katsumi gently touches Ryu's scaled front leg. Turning his head away, Ryu lets out a low growl, which sounds more like a cry of agony. Katsumi turns back to her friends and nods at Mariko. In turn, Mariko faces the teleport gate and holds up her staff to it. A circle of glowing cursive words surrounds Mariko. Several of the words stop in front of her as she casts an elaborate spell. The end of her staff starts radiating with a brilliant light that suddenly beams into the teleport gate.
I thought you were destroying the teleport gate.
The gate can't be destroyed by any player, but I'm changing the gate's destination link and making it bigger.
As Mariko thrusts her staff upward, the teleport gate expands rapidly, taking up most of the cave wall.
I can't hold this for long. Everyone, go through quickly.
Ryu looks up and sees the enlarged teleport gate. In an instant, he bursts forward, casting Katsumi to the ground.
Ryu!
Saki and Akio barely manage to dive out of the way as Ryu tears through the teleport gate.
Hurry, go!
With slight hesitation, Saki and Akio touch the teleport gate and vanish. Katsumi comes up behind Mariko as the teleport gate starts shrinking.
Katsumi, go now.
What about you?
I'll be right behind you. Go!
Katsumi dashes into the teleport gate, which steadily decreases in size. As soon as Katsumi is through, Mariko leaps forward into the gate. Blinking rapidly, Katsumi realizes that they have been transported to the waterfall where they met up with Mariko earlier. Mariko floats down to Saki and Akio standing by the pool.
Phew, we made it. I didn't think the spell would hold.
Whirling her head around, Katsumi finally spots Ryu soaring away. Without hesitation, Katsumi takes off after him. Flying at full speed, Katsumi manages to catch up to him.
Ryu, stop!
Ryu halts and stares back at Katsumi as his powerful wings beat to keep him airborne.
Don't run away, Ryu. We can help you. I know you're afraid of hurting us, but you have to face your fears head-on to overcome them. You won't have to go through this alone. All of us will be right here beside you. We will save you, Ryu.
Ever so slowly, Ryu descends to the ground. He lands near Saki, Akio, and Mariko. Katsumi softly lands next to him. Staring at his friends, Ryu's power-hungry eyes start pulsating with light. Cringing in pain, Ryu faces away from the group.
All right. Now that we're out of the cave, we should head straight for the Fountain of Beginnings.
According to my estimations, the fountain is only a short distance away.
Great.
All right, team, let's head out.
The four of them ascend into the air and look back at Ryu, who hesitantly flies up after them. He avoids looking at them. The five of them fly high into the sunny sky over the various lakes and streams covering Undine territory.
Great work with the transport spell, Mariko.
Yeah, no kidding. It's your first day in ALO, and you're already an awesome mage.
Thanks, but the flying is a little bit tricky for me. I still have to use this controller.
You'll get the hang of it in time.
Coming from the girl who never actually used the controller.
Katsumi just dove right into free flying. Literally.
Whoa, no way. What made you do that?
The right reason.
January 22nd, 2025. Alfheim, center of Undine territory. Katsumi, Saki, Akio, and Mariko fly high over the Undine lands with Ryu trailing behind them.
The fountain should be around here somewhere.
Keep your eyes peeled, everyone.
While the others search below, Katsumi notices that her vision starts to blur as she flies off kilter. Looking down at her hands, Katsumi's eyes grow wide as they start shaking.
No, not yet. I just have to last a little bit longer.
Are you alright, Katsumi?
I'm fine. Let's just focus on finding the fountain.
If you say so.
I found it! The fountain is right down there, see?
Great work, Kyo.
We may have a slight problem.
What's that?
Look.
Mariko points to a large group of heavily armed Undine players flying up towards them. The leader of the group flies closer.
Halt! What business do you have in Undine territory?
Listen, my friends and I are here on a special mission. We mean no harm to the Undine.
For the first time, all of the Undines notice Ryu flying not too far away.
You have a dragon with you?
Yes, but he won't hurt any.
Suddenly, Ryu flies straight for the group of Undine while spouting a burst of flames at the players.
No! Ryu!
Several of the Undines vanish instantly from Ryu's Inferno attack. As the players dissolve, shining fragments from their avatars absorb into the Dragonheart blade on Ryu's back. With each player he destroys, Ryu's eyes glow brighter, and his overall size increases.
No, he's losing control. I won't let this happen again.
Katsumi, don't! There's nothing you can do!
He's unstoppable.
No, this is just like before. So much death.
Katsumi flies in front of Ryu just as he cuts through another Undine with his claws.
Ryu, please, you have to stop.
Without hesitation, Ryu spins and smashes his massive tail into Katsumi, which knocks her all the way down to the stone ground below. With her vision fading, Katsumi looks up to see the beautiful fountain of beginnings before her. Painfully, Katsumi sits up.
We're so close to freeing him.
Ah, there he is, my marvelous bladed dragon.
Whirling her head around, Katsumi notices a green-clad fairy with large green wings and a golden crown atop his long, blonde hair.
Who are you?
The proper greeting is, Your Majesty, dear girl.
Wait, you're Oberon? The Fairy King?
Just think of me as the ruler of this world, inside and out.
What do you mean?
What I mean is, I control the fate of this world and all those in it, particularly a specific group of 300 players who've been such excellent subjects in my experiments.
Experiments?
Yes, my dear. Experiments to explore the human mind's potential for mind control. It's been most enjoyable to see how much pain and suffering a mind can take. Your friend Ryu there has been my most successful test subject.
At that moment, Ryu lands some distance away on the stone ground. In a flurry, Ryu burns through half of the Undine city surrounding the fountain.
Every second of Ryu's existence in ALO has caused him immeasurable pain. He's the only experiment of his kind. Imagine combining the most powerful weapon from SAO with a player's mind. Frankly, I'm surprised he's lasted this long. I suppose he'll just keep killing players endlessly as his lust for power only grows stronger with every kill.
How could... Why would you... You're a monster!
What fascinates me most about Ryu is you. As soon as I found out Bladed Dragon had been released from his cavern prison, I just had to investigate. That's when I stumbled upon you and your little friend's plan to save Ryu by restoring his original settings with this fountain's properties. It's too bad you'll never get the chance to do so.
What are you talking about?
Without a word, Oberon opens one of his menus and hits a few buttons. Katsumi notices her HP and attack power increase exponentially.
I've just made you the most powerful player in the game.
What? Why would you...
Because, my dear, the Bladed Dragon won't be able to resist your power.
Without another word, Oberon teleports away. Katsumi turns and gasps when she realizes Ryu is staring straight at her with enraged, beaming eyes. Before she knows it, Ryu charges towards Katsumi with fire blazing from his mouth. With her remaining strength, Katsumi pushes off the ground and flies into the air to avoid the raging inferno racing towards her. Before she has a chance to get much farther, Katsumi feels Ryu's clawed hand wrap around her tightly. Ryu drags Katsumi down to the hard ground and pushes his hand on top of her, pinning her to the ground. Just then, Saki, Akio, and Mariko land nearby. They start to approach Ryu with their weapons drawn, but Katsumi holds up her hand to stop them. With her vision going in and out, Katsumi can feel her whole body start to tremble.
I may be the most powerful player in the game right now, but it doesn't matter since my real body is starting to fail.
Katsumi winces in pain as Ryu starts to crush her even more.
Ryu, you can stop this. I know you can.
Ryu continues to press down harshly on Katsumi. Tightening her shaking hands into fists, Katsumi looks up at Ryu with tears welling in her eyes.
You're stronger than that blade. You always have been. You don't need the heart of a dragon to control that sword. Your own heart is strong enough. You're full of light and goodness. I believe in you, Ryu. I always have and always will.
At that moment, Ryu's shining eyes fade. Lifting his clawed hand from Katsumi, Ryu stumbles backwards. With one more look at her, Ryu plunges into the expansive fountain of beginnings. With Ryu submerged beneath the bubbling water, the entire fountain begins to glow. Saki, Akio, and Mariko rush over to Katsumi, who manages to weakly stand up. Suddenly, Ryu shoots back up out of the water. With the water glowing and circling around him, Ryu starts radiating with white light. His dragon form gradually melts into a fairy form. Once his transformation is complete, Ryu falls back into the water. Saki and Akio rush forward to pull Ryu from the water. The four of them stare down at a drenched Ryu. Besides his elf ears, Ryu looks exactly as he does in real life. He wears dark red armor with a dragonheart blade strapped to his belt. Traumatized, Ryu stares down at the ground.
He's back.